What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 15 of NoFap. The time is 8:26 a.m. Currently on my way to the gym right now, and it is ab and leg day. And I gotta say, my workout yesterday felt pretty good because my chest is sore. But I also think it's because I was doing push-ups throughout the entire day. I didn't do much for the few hours after I got home from the gym because it was painful. But when my body allowed me to work out again, I started doing push-ups every hour, and I think I'm gonna stick with that, even though I do have a dedicated tricep and chest day. Doing 20 push-ups an hour is only beneficial. It's only beneficial. So yeah, I think parsing a workout throughout the whole day, like even if it's a light workout, I think parsing out a workout throughout the whole day not only helps with your physical growth, but for NoFap as well, because it is, you reset your brain when you work out. It feels like a factory reset. I mean, of course, your body's sore. I think it's for your mentality. Mentally, it feels like a factory reset, at least for me. So something to try, give it a try. So, push yourself, challenge yourself. I think that's the only way to grow. But then again, you could also have somebody else challenge you. But I'm on my way to the gym. Check out this workout. I'll see you guys in a bit. What's up, everybody? We're back. And look at me, my face is all clean. I shaved it all off, and I got my hair done too. I did that because as soon as I got back, I got an audition request from my agent. So whenever an audition comes in, I'm gonna have to shave. It's just how it is. Somebody just flushed the toilet. One of my neighbors probably. But ignoring that, God, that threw me off so bad. But yeah, whenever I have an audition, I gotta shave. That's just how it is. That's how my career is right now. Hopefully in the future, when I get older, maybe in my 30s, mid-30s, 40s, hopefully, they'll let me keep my facial hair. But for the most part, I need to look as young as possible while I still can play like young guys. After that audition, I spent a lot of time with product research. I think my product isn't going to sell at all. I'm doing a bunch of product research. I also threw a lot of ads out, but it's tough. It's tough, but I'm not gonna give up. I know a lot of people give up pretty easily at this point, but while I made the commitment, might as well see it through. And I just spent the whole day doing a lot of product research, and figuring out how to make my business more successful. And from there, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much my whole day. As for NoFap, NoFap is very difficult because part of my product research is not only going on different sites, but also going on social media. And one of the platforms that I advertise most on is TikTok. TikTok, I've already gotten on a rant about this, but TikTok was one of the main sources of my urges this entire week. Because TikTok has a lot of girls there that just want attention because, well, the more clicks they get, more traffic they get paid. And so they do some pretty degenerate things to get attention. And sometimes I have to see that. And it definitely can bring very strong urges. But I'm very happy that I did not relapse today. And unfortunately, I have to be on TikTok because it's my main. It's where I can advertise. It's the only place I can advertise. For now, but it is it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I highly recommend never scrolling through TikTok. If you have TikTok and you're doing NoFap, I highly recommend getting rid of it. It's not worth it. It's a huge waste of time. It really is. I scroll through trying to find advertisements that I can like what makes a good advertisement, right? Basically, and it's part of my research. But when I scroll through, I see that kind of crap. So it's tough. It can be very difficult. But that's the challenge. That's the challenge of it. If I can't conquer this, well, what can I? If I can't conquer this, then I feel I'm weak, and I don't want to be weak. So after that, no, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get to your questions. Gray, thanks for giving an in-depth answer. Don't mind the tangents at all. Appreciate that, bro. But for the sake of keeping videos short, because I don't want 30-minute videos. For the sake of videos short, I'm gonna throw like topics that I want to discuss. I'm gonna just type down and then make videos on it. Of course, I want to give friends giving positive peer pressure, tribal leader, lifting coach. His name is Diego. Shout out to Diego, absolute bro. It's actually a national powerlifting coach. Wow, dang. Okay. Nice. I don't want to do that. Speaking of positive peer pressure, you don't have to do this next vlog, but I want you to do what I did before. Stay in the playing position. Don't say anything about yourself that you need to change. Okay. Well, the things that I need to change, well, there's certainly still a lot of things that I need to change, but a lot of the things that I used to hate about myself, not hate about myself. Well, you know what? Yeah, the things that I used to hate about myself, I have made a mindset switch. Now, I still use those things that I hate about myself to motivate me to work out, to do all these things. Because, well, it's the best motivator. Because I remember how I used to be, and I was setting myself up for pain constantly. I'll talk about that more in another video. But yeah, I do want to. That's the topic of a separate video. Is the kind of guy I used to be. So, question for today: what's your relationship with your brothers like? It's very complicated. Well, I guess it's not too complicated, but it's not I don't have a like brotherly relationship with my brothers. We didn't really grow. We grew up. I mean, I'm the youngest of the family, so I grew up looking up to having him. I have my two older brothers and my father to look up to. All three of those choices, and I guess I never really looked up to any of them. My father didn't do much. Well, he didn't talk to me too much because he was working all the time, and so I had to look to my brothers to teach me things. And my brothers, early on, they were physical, very physical. And I was the smallest one, so they would beat me up if I did something wrong. And they would tell me not to do things, and not to say things. And every time if I ever got into trouble, they would rat on me to my parents, like as soon as they could, because I would rat on them. Because they would always pick on me. Now, I'm not going to say that I wasn't a piece of crap. I'm not going to say that I wasn't like an annoying kid. I probably would have thought I was an annoying kid back then. Like if I had to look at myself back then, I probably thought I would be super annoying. But because I could never impress or have I couldn't impress or have my brothers be proud of me, and I never got it verbally from my father either. I started looking for attention elsewhere. And so I would act up. I would act up in a lot of places. I would act up in church, I would act up at school, I would act up anywhere. And when I realized that none of it was working, especially as I got older, when I was acting up, all it would do is get me in trouble constantly. And suddenly I wasn't making people laugh because I was acting up. All of a sudden, I shut down. I stopped being social. I started being super awkward around middle school time. And I'm going on a tangent. I'm going to talk about myself. But growing up with my brothers wasn't all that great because they started, we were always video gamers. We would always be excited for the next video game. We grew up with video games. Video games were what we did all the time. And they kind of, as time went on and we stopped playing consoles, we started playing in computers. We all had our own computers. We were never sharing one console anymore. We all had our own computers. We stopped playing together and started playing separately. And if we were playing a multiplayer game, we would do that. But for the most part, I separated from playing games with them because I found other people to play games with around my age at the time, and they went off and did their own thing. But fast forward to today, fast forward to high school, to community college, I had a better relationship with my middle brother because towards middle school and high school, I started to get more logical. I started to ignore my oldest brother's taunts, and then I started to get more logical with my arguments. And he started to see the logic in that, and so he stood up for me at times against my oldest brother. And I have a better relationship with the middle brother than the oldest. The oldest and I haven't really gotten along. I've extended plenty of olive branches before, but he's never. I don't think he's really truly ever extended an olive branch to me, which is disappointing. We'd disagree a lot, and the things that he would do, annoyed me, constantly annoyed me, especially in community college. When I didn't have a car, he would drive me, but because he drove me, he wouldn't drive me home, which is where I wanted to go after a long day of community college. He would drive me to wherever he wanted to go, which was his friend's house, or he wanted to get food even though I wasn't hungry. And it annoyed me because it was a huge waste of my time. And moving forward, we never really truly got along into this day. We kind of just leave each other alone. We don't really share much in common, other than blood. So I'm not too close with my brothers. Ever since I moved out too, I think that I don't know. I'm not close to them. I was never really that close to them. I was closer to my middle brother more than anything. But other than that, they're on completely different paths than I am. They're still living with my parents. They're playing video games most of the time. They're content with having a job, and then once they're done with the job, coming home and playing video games. That's what they're content to do. And that's me pursuing my career, I was content with I used to be content with just auditioning for a bunch of stuff, submitting myself for a bunch of auditions, and then whenever I got the audition for it. When I get the job, I get the job. And when I wasn't doing that, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna play video games. I'm no longer content with that. I think with the new life path that I'm on, I cannot be content playing video games anymore. I'm wasting my time. I can't. And, you know, I was always a little bit more ambitious than my brothers, but now I can't. Like, I'm always gonna treat them like family because they are my family, but I'm not close to them. And I hope someday I can be, but I'm just not. So, yeah, it's unfortunate because I look at the brotherly relationships that I see among other people and among people online. Like, they're ride or dies since day one. I don't know if my brothers are ride or die, which is sad. And there were times in the past where I was telling them, it's like, if you really want something, like, find out what you're good at and do it, or find out what you need to do and do it. And why are you so scared of failure? And I can tell you why. Because I used to be scared of failure, but that's another story for another time. But my brothers are scared of failure. They're also they want to be comfortable, and that just breeds, what was it? Not contentment. What's the word? I forgot what it's called, but it's when you're satisfied with where you are, despite it not being so great. It starts with a C. I can't think of it right now, but yeah. To answer your question, my relationship with my brothers is very just distant. We don't really talk to each other much. Closer with my middle brother, but even then, it's like not that close. So, yeah. And I don't mind talking about them. It's more of a, I wish things were different, but I accept the way it is. So, thanks for the question, though. My question for you guys, and I didn't prepare for this. Classic. I told myself I was going to prepare for this, and I didn't. So, my question for all of you guys is, I gotta think about it, and to think about it, I need to have this awkward silent time in the video where it's just like me, I'm not talking, and there's just dead air while I'm thinking of a question. My question is, I don't know, I gotta think of a question I've been asked before. I think I want it to be a simple one. Here's the dead air. Well, okay. What do you how have you noticed the benefits of NoFap? I'm gonna say that. Okay, here we go. Now that I've said it out loud, now that I've processed it in the air, I'm gonna process it to you guys. How have you experienced the benefits of NoFap? And I'm gonna answer that. How I've experienced the benefits of NoFap, because it's just a side thing and not an overall thing. I will say I have a lot more confidence. Especially among my peers, I've noticed a lot more. But this all comes from the way I carry myself now because of my mindset change. But I'm going to equate it to NoFap because when I was on NoFap before, I got this. But I've noticed a lot more female attention. I noticed I can keep eye contact way longer. I noticed I can, I have a lot more energy. I noticed that I want to, because NoFap is a difficult thing to do. Breaking out of an addiction is a difficult thing to do. But I noticed that doing the hard things is more appealing to me now. Doing the hard things is more appealing to me now. because I know I'm going to grow from it. I know I'm constantly leveling up. Every single time I do something that's difficult, that's something that I don't want to do, but I know is good for me, I'm leveling up. I'm getting better. I'm getting experience. And that's, just some of the benefits of NoFap. But I think the most important one is I'm more inclined to do more difficult things that I don't want to do. So yeah, I want to know how have you felt the benefits of NoFap. So that's my question for today. Other than that, I'm probably going to end it here. I don't want the video to be too long. It usually gets this long. But I need to write down what I was going to talk about. But until then, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Stay strong. Stay focused. I'm with you guys. I know you guys are with me. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.